Life is full of work and stress. Parenting can be a mess. Being a woman is hard enough without adding on that extra stuff. We'll cover topics of every kind. Helpful resources we will find. We'll even drink a bottle of wine. Join us. It will be a real good time.
Hi, I'm Amanda,
And I'm Nikki.
and welcome to Working Mom's Wine, where we drink sometimes a bottle of wine and sometimes not.
And whine about our crazy, busy, stressful working mom lives while trying to provide help, humor, and resources along the way.
That's right. And let's talk a little bit about what we're drinking. So, you're drinking, she looks like
Did
she's
you
like
see
a
that?
horror movie. Yes.
What were you wearing on your face?
It was a
Face
mask.
mask?
So, let's talk about what we're drinking. So, you're drinking your wine because you have saved back and earned it.
Mm-hmm.
And I am drinking a little bit of tequila mixed into it's a sparkling mini something. I didn't catch the name brand. I'll have to go down and look later. But it's sparkling water, but it's definitely got like a lot of good flavor to it. Not like the ones where it's like it feels like a fruit is shouting at you from another room. Um, but it's
What a
only
description.
it's only 5 carbs. I know. I stole that. But it's only 5 carbs. And why do we care about carbs, Nikki?
Because I got a wild hair to go back on keto and lose some weight, and I coerced you into joining me.
I
So we
mean,
are on the
I don't know
keto
if you
diet. We are
coerced me. I
counting
just thought
carbs.
it would be good content. We could make another challenge out of it.
Right. We did the alcohol thing. Now we'll do the keto thing.
Yeah,
I hate the
so I
keto
am gonna
diet.
try it for at least a month.
Yeah. I hate the keto diet, but it is literally the only way I've ever lost weight in my life successfully, no matter what I've tried. So
Yeah,
it's gotten to a point where I'm like, okay, need to reel it back in, get back some healthy habits, and kind of hit the reset button.
that's what I was kind of thinking about too. Is like I'm not a fan of anything that says you can't eat this healthy thing. You can't eat fruit, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and obviously there's a concern with the fact that it's a lot of meats and butters and things, but it's been out for a lot longer. There's a lot more research on it, and I'm willing to give it a try, at least temporarily, because, like you, I am also not finding a lot of success with things I'm trying. I even thought about trying GLPs, even though I really don't want to necessarily do that either. And I thought, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
Why not see if this does something? So
Yeah. Yeah, when I look at
it
the
has
the way
already made me realize. Sorry, you go ahead.
I think we have a lag. I was gonna say it when I look
Yeah,
at the
we have
way
lag again for sure.
when I look at the way you have to eat on keto, I agree with you. Like, I don't like that you have to restrict fruits or certain vegetables and things like that. Like, it doesn't make sense in my well balanced, healthy diet kind of brain thinking. But I don't worry about the fats at all. I feel like a lot of that negative science around fats has been pretty much debunked. And a lot of the fats you eat in keto are good fats. So if you're doing it the right way, I might
Yeah,
not be as healthy the way that I do it. I do the dirty lazy keto because I don't have the extra time and energy to do it the clean good way. I need those
yeah,
processed things sometimes to like that are just ready made and good to go and that kind of stuff. So I'm doing my best.
yeah,
I'm making sure my protein goal is met and I'm staying under my net carbs and the rest is whatever.
yeah. Well, something I've already realized, like I was getting ready to sit down here and do this with you, and I was like, man, I really miss my bedtime chocolate. I usually have a little bit of chocolate around now. And I'm like, I'm not hungry though. I'm not hungry. I don't need that sugar when I eat it, and yet I eat it every night, and I usually eat it in much bigger amounts than I should. So this is already having a net positive effect on me. I felt very full today all day. I thought I was going to struggle with wanting to eat more, and I have not had that problem today, but we also had a couple of very rich meals today.
I do find myself getting hungry,
I
but
should say.
I have a lot of zero carb, low carb, grab and go things handy. Um, and I
Yeah.
do intermittent fasting, so I fast till like 1 or 2 o'clock before I start eating for the day. And I really find on work days that it's easy. What is that? Ooh,
Breakfast.
yummy.
It Yeah,
I'll
it
wait
was a
till like,
casserole with turnips and radishes.
it looks good. Yeah.
It's turkey meatballs, and then that is a cauliflower that's supposed to be a loaded baked potato. So we ate
Okay.
pretty good today.
I'm much more
But yes,
hodgepodgey.
we are starting our keto journey. So you've done this
Hmm.
before. Any tips or tricks you want to share with people?
My best tips are to make sure you have grab and go things handy. So figure out what those are going to be:
Yep.
pork rinds,
Nikki saved
meat
my life with some
sticks,
chicken today.
cheese cubes. Yes, my lifesaver this week was purchasing a rotisserie chicken, shredding it up in a glass bowl when I got it, and then just eating it 100 ounces at a time, sometimes whenever the hunger hits. It's always moist. It's pre-seasoned with just herbs, so it's good.
So always have something handy.
Anyway, yeah, always have those quick to grab things because sometimes I find like when I'm not thinking about my hunger and then suddenly space happens in my day, I'm like, oh my God, I'm exhausted. I don't feel good. I'm
Yeah,
hungry and I need something quick
that's fair.
to put into my system when I realize it. So, stuff for between the meals and then knowing like what you want the meals to be. Like we've had these conversations all week about how because I'm just cooking for me, I can just cook up a couple eggs. Like I don't have to have these preset casseroles and meals and things because it's just for me. So I can just make a sandwich with keto bread and deli meat and be good. But you're cooking for six, so you have to have like pre-planned things. So it's very different. Um, so yeah,
Yeah.
knowing that going
It's
into it
not
and making sure you have those individual things for you when you need them.
one of the things that's always held me back in the past is the kids and like their ages because I don't, and it's not just keto, like keto's not even as bad really, but some diets you look at what you would be making for yourself and you're like, I can't feed that to my kid. They have different needs. They're growing,
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, and I never wanted to do the cook for me and cook for them thing. It was just too much.
Mhm.
But now, like
Yeah.
for the breakfast casserole, for instance, it made 8 servings. So we each had a serving today at lunch because we're doing the intermittent fasting as well. And then the kids had a normal breakfast at normal breakfast time. So, cereal, toast, whatever. It's easier for those meals for them to eat whatever. Then at lunch, I just fed them a sandwich, or they'll eat, whatever they're eating at school. And then for
Mhm.
dinner, we did all eat the same thing. So I'm trying to make the dinners things that we can all have. Like one night it's going to be a salad, but the salad is going to be keto oriented, where it's got like bacon in it and stuff. Excuse me.
Mhm. Yeah. That's how
So
you
I
do
don't
it.
think it will be,
Like we'll do taco
yeah, I don't think it
night
will be as
and
bad. Yeah,
yeah, we'll do taco night and I'll just eat mine in a bowl without the shell and Ari will have her shells. Because, it's
exactly.
not the worst.
Yeah, and now we've got plenty of leftovers in the fridge for taking to work or um, whenever we decide to end our fast for the day or whatever. So I have
Mm-hmm.
high hopes. I was stressing out before we started this because I didn't understand a lot about how keto works, but it's nice to know that there's just like some people are probably going to correct me in the comments if they're more advanced ketoers, but there's four main macros that you're watching, and that's your protein, your fats, your carbs, and your calories. And I believe I came in under all of those today, so that was very nice.
Yeah. And I'll say, even when I get to like a hard day or a stressful day, the only thing I hold myself accountable to is the carbs, keeping under the carbs.
Yeah,
The rest, the
yeah.
rest is extra cherries on top. But I, again, don't do the keto diet. I do what's called lazy, dirty keto. So it's like the poor man's version, the cheater version.
Okay,
But
what
mainly
do you need
because this
something?
isn't a lifestyle change.
Okay.
Yeah, mainly because it's not a lifestyle change for me. It's just a temporary reset button. And then when it gets
Yeah.
time to change back, I'd like to do that differently this time. Last time, I was doing great. I had lost the weight I wanted. I was maintaining. It was beautiful. And then I went
Yeah.
through a breakup with a person that was living here that I had to like force kick out. And
Wow,
the
has it been that
stress,
long
I
since you've
went,
done it?
mm-hmm. With the stress, I went right back
Wow.
to a bag of Doritos on my desk to avoid going downstairs and making lunch and running into him and like stupid shit like that. So,
Um,
life events come up, we give ourselves grace, and we learn from them. So, this time I want to have a better plan for how to
exactly.
transition back and still be kind of like low carb
Yeah.
ish.
Um, excuse me. I'm just realizing I was gonna go look for those pictures you sent me, and I found the
Hmm.
chicken snapshot you sent me, and I didn't count the calories or the fat. I think I'm still gonna be
Oh,
fine, but I'm adding it in now.
yeah.
So speaking of counting things, what is the app that you like to use to do that?
So I've used several apps. The one I'm using now is called, oops, it's called Chronometer, Cronometer. And I actually only have it
Yeah.
because probably about 4 months ago, I was listening to Dr. Mary Claire about the menopause stuff, and she has developed a diet called the Galveston diet for women in menopause. And this is the only app that tracks the Galveston way if you opt to do that. And so I had bought the
Named
app
after
and paid for a
Galveston,
year of it.
Texas.
I don't know. Because, see, I bought the app with all the intentions and then did nothing about it as usual. So I just had the app sitting there and I realized it could be converted for keto. And so that's what I did since I've already paid for it. But it's been really nice. It's very easy. There's lots of foods already in there. The bar scan thing works beautifully. It's been
Awesome.
very effortless. How
So
about you? Do
it's a little
you want to
top
talk about
secret.
his? Yeah.
No, I do want to talk about it. Um, so Brandon's very good at making these apps, and he made one. I said it would be really cool if you could make one to help us, track our stuff. And, of course, it can't just be here's your daily things and fill it in as you or fill it up as you go. He's like, oh man, this is great. We're gonna go like Dungeons and Dragons, and we're gonna have all these cool themes with it, and you can pick a class that gives you bonuses and all these other things. So that is currently under development, and I am currently writing a guide slash recipe book to go along with it. But it's been a lot of fun so far tracking everything. I like being able to gamify anything I can. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm using that, and hopefully it will be on market soon once we work out all the technical difficulties.
Yeah.
But I also Even when I wasn't like interested in doing keto myself, I was following this lady who has schizoaffective disorder, or had, I don't know, maybe, is it like asthma? You still technically have it, but your symptoms are under control. I don't know. Schizoaffective disorder. Her name's Lauren Kennedy West, and her channel is now called Living Well After Schizophrenia. It used to be called Living Well with Schizophrenia. And she documented a whole bunch of things before she even started keto, just like her journey, what family life is like. She was basically trying to be really vulnerable with how everything was going with her experiences, hoping to be like an advocate for others and make people feel like not as alone and things like that. And then she decides to try medical keto. I don't know how different or if it is different from normal keto. I'm assuming it's different from dirty keto. But
Yeah.
she decided to try medical keto to see if it would help her reduce her medications and just feel better overall. And through the course of her journey, she ends up entirely off of her medications. So she's off her meds. She's now part of this group where like a bunch of people are trying medical keto for different things. People are finding success with like managing depression symptoms, bipolar disorder. People have seen relief. And it's one of those things where they're like, hey, we're not saying like do this and get off your meds. We're saying if you want to try it as an option to see if it works for you, get your doctor, get a nutritionist. Um, See if you can get it to work essentially. But she just thought she'd be reducing medications if everything went well, and now she's off the meds completely. Obviously, if she doesn't watch herself and her diet, she's had relapses, but it's been very interesting to watch how keto can affect things other than just your weight loss.
Yes. Yeah. I can't find it. I was looking for a Reddit post I read earlier, but it was talking about to a beginner person, like, what is ketosis? And he says, well, it depends on which kind you're
Hmm.
doing. There's medical ketosis, there's ketosis for weight loss, there's different versions. So
Hmm.
there's definitely, I'm sure it's more strict on like meeting your macros and ingredients of things. Um, but it's really awesome that there's so many things that it's seemingly benefiting, and a lot of them being mental
Yeah,
health. There's so much connection between your
yeah,
gut health and your brain, and so something
yes.
like that makes sense.
I think that's why I was freaking out a little bit today when I was under my macros too, because I'm new to this world, and my first thought was like, whenever Lauren would be like, I'm short on my fat, she's like, I gotta get a fat bomb in me, and I'm like, do I need to be worried about this? Am I not gonna hit ketosis? But
You'll
as
still
long
get
as
into
I'm under
ketosis.
things, I'm fine. And speaking of figuring out if you're in ketosis or not, there are multiple ways to do that. And I didn't research and don't feel like necessarily diving too in depth, but let's just say there are monitors. There are things you can put on you like one of those diabetic patches. Um,
Hmm.
but what we are going to be using are the P strips, which can be not as reliable from what Lauren was researching because she compared them all together, but they are
Hmm.
reliable enough that you'll get a good idea of when you are in ketosis or not in ketosis.
Yeah. Yeah, I start testing like right when I start, so I can see my baseline is like the no trace ketones in
Oh, I
it,
should have done
and
that.
then I
That would have
just
been
wait for it
smart.
to get to the darker color. I just kind of do it to convince myself it's working and like it's not fake.
It would be cool to
Because they sell
have
crap
those
products out
numbers
there.
though, since we're tracking. Yeah.
Yeah, so, the first day and a half, I was on the lightest color. And then the next day, I was on kind of like the second lightest color that says trace ketones. But
Yeah.
today, when I did it, I started Wednesday and today is Saturday. Today, I was in the full on
She uses
dark purple.
prime screen.
I think I was the second to last
Yeah.
one today. So I said, okay, it's working,
Ooh.
it's kicking in.
Kind of a mall.
Sometimes it's just the little encouragement you need to be like, okay, this is actually doing something.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not just torturing
Well, I
myself.
did. I did a lot of research before we started too because I wanted to know two things. What am I going to do about my poor sourdough because I can't eat it? And can I still
Mm-hmm.
drink? Obviously, we found out the answer to that one. But
That one's pretty
with the
easy.
sourdough, yeah. With the sourdough, I actually went on to Reddit and I found a sourdough group and I'm like, "Hey guys, like I'm going to be on keto for a while. I'm worried about my starter, it's going to be neglected." Somebody told me that you can keep it in the fridge for a month, actually for like 5 months, and then just drain the liquid off of it and then feed what's left and start it again. I don't know that I would trust leaving it
I
that long
will
myself.
say not 5 months because I've gone a couple
Yeah.
months without using mine. And remember, I had to get a new one from you recently, and it was because of
Mm,
that. Because I didn't pull it out
that's
and feed
true.
it. I did pour the alcohol off the top every once in a while, but
Yeah.
eventually, when I got it out and warmed it up and fed it, it just wasn't doubling. And I fed it for a couple days, and it
Yeah.
just never came back. So I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And then, oh, it grew those
And then
little. It grew some sort of thing on it that was bad. So I was like,
yeah,
okay.
like I think it will actually grow mold if it's
Was it mold?
been
Yeah, it
too
was
long or
something.
whatever. Yeah. But somebody was like, "Well, why are you neglecting it? You can just go ahead and still feed it once in a while." And I commented, I thought about that. I also thought about continuing to cook with it and just like giving loaves to friends and things. But my fear is that as a working mom of multiple children, I'm just gonna forget about it. It's gonna get shoved to the back of the fridge and I'm gonna forget about it. And I just wanna know that it's still gonna be okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I
So
did think about
you
every
can,
couple of weeks pulling it out, reviving it, and then putting it back in.
yeah. Maybe we should make ourselves a reminder and hold each other accountable to feed our starter after a couple weeks.
Yeah.
But all of that to say, you can keep it there. Um,
Yeah.
and then with the alcohol, so basically it's you're just looking for low carb drinks. So tequila, vodka, zero carb drinks like that are keto friendly. The tequila that we have had it said zero carbs, and I think it also said zero sugars. Um, and then the drink that I mixed it with, the mini sparkling whatever it is, had 5 carbs. So I had plenty of a carb allowance for the sparkling drink, and then I don't have to have my tequila by itself.
Straight.
Um, it says alcohol affects ketosis differently than most carbs. While pure spirits like vodka, gin, and whiskey are naturally low in carbs, some alcoholic drinks contain sugars or mixers that can kick you out of ketosis if consumed in excess. So, my basic advice is going to be if you're going to have a drink, look the drink up and look up the calories, carbs, etc. before you do that to make sure that it fits within keto. Um, And then, of course, wines vary. You decided to save back enough carbs to drink your wine. So that is another option. Um,
Yeah, you
they
just gotta
said
plan
light
ahead,
beers
look it up,
are
see what it is, and make it fit in.
exactly.
The red wines, the Cabernets, they're typically like 6 net carbs per 10 ounces, I think it was. So I
Yeah.
just made sure I had 6+ net carbs left and poured 10 ounces
Yeah.
in a measuring cup and then into my wine glass.
And I'm not a light beer person, but if you are, that's 2 to 4 carbs and perfectly doable as well. And then something that made my heart happy is I can still have matcha and green tea. I just have to not put anything in it unless it's like a splash of heavy cream. I can't have my honey in it. That makes me a
hmm
little sad.
Yeah, and then when
That
you're
was the
going
other
to the
thing. I
pool
was
or
like, I can't have
something,
honey on this diet.
oh yeah. If you're going to the pool or something, you can grab seltzers. A lot of them are only like 2 net
Mhm.
carbs per thing. But the I
Yeah.
was reading the other day the Michelob Ultra organic seltzers are 0 carb. So you can have a
What
fun day
makes a
on those.
seltzer organic?
If you're doing dirty keto. I'm sure on real keto they're like, don't drink booze, y'all. Don't do it.
Probably. I've been trying to do real keto so far, but this is probably the one spot where I'm not. Um, but also I'm not gonna drink every night either. I'm probably only gonna drink when we record or whatever. Um,
Yeah.
I will say that brings up one other interesting thing. So when we did the alcohol thing, we were trying our best not to have cheat days. With this one, I already know I have a couple cheat days coming up, and I'm just gonna accept it and use it as an experiment. We
Yeah, make sure you test the
My
day
Dungeons and
before,
Dragons.
the
Yeah,
day of, the
I
day
should remember to
after.
do that. Yeah. So my Dungeons and Dragons group is going to a special nerd bar for one of our meetings, and I haven't been there in ages, so of course I'm gonna get a drink. They do mostly
Heck yeah.
serve mac and cheese, and I'm very curious to
Delicious.
see if they have a mac and cheese option that does not have pasta, because then I could technically still be pretty close to keto. Um, and then my husband's birthday is coming up. We're gonna have to cheat a little bit for his birthday. That's just the rule of the land. I'm gonna force him to cheat even if he doesn't want to because it's his birthday. I think that's it. I feel like there was a third thing I
Yeah.
was thinking of, but
Well, it's a
maybe
good
not.
judge too. Like a lot of people, when they're ready to switch back and add carbs back in, they just
Yeah.
slowly add carbs in and keep testing to see what amount kicks them out of ketosis. So,
How interesting.
you can look and see, okay, I had one cheat food and it kicked me out, or
Yeah.
it didn't.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's easy to get right back into it, especially if you're doing fasting. So you have your cheat meal, you fast, and then by the end of fasting, you might be back in ketosis, you might not be. It might take another day
That's
or
a good
two,
point.
but
Yeah.
testing along the way to kind of figure out how your body handles it and all of that.
Yeah.
It'll be a good experiment
Interesting. I know. I'm
and
excited. I'm
helpful
excited to
information
try
at
it.
the end.
Yes. So we're going to be doing all kinds of fun little experiments. Well, I think we've covered a lot for today, and if we're not careful, we won't have
Yeah.
anything to cover for next week. We'll have to do some more research, find something to talk about. I will, if I remember, I'll put Lauren's YouTube channel in the description. I know she's part of a group called the Metabolic Mind now. I haven't looked as much into their stuff, but I know that they have a documentary coming out on the whole metabolic or on the whole medical keto thing, because I saw a panel that they did on it that they posted to YouTube. So
Hmm.
that's very interesting as well. But yeah, if any of you guys are keto fiends or anti-keto and you just feel the need to let us know why, feel free to leave that in the comments. If you want to leave tips and tricks, or maybe you're struggling with something in that area, leave that in the comments, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.